Welcome everyone back to weekly weather updates, and this evening we're going to have a look at the latest from the GFS, the GEM, the ECMWF and the GFS Ensembles, and then we'll also have a look at the UKMO office run for the shorter term outlook as well. It's looking very, very pleasant for the last sort of 7, 8, 9 days of August left. It does look like summer is going to finish on somewhat of a high, with many areas seeing very little to minimal rain for the rest of August, and a lot of sunshine and some warmer weather. Now, do remember, if you enjoy my videos, make sure you like and subscribe, and do remember to follow me on Twitter as well. The link is in the description. Also, do check out my video from earlier, and we'll zoom in briefly, where we looked at Hurricane Henri, which is taking landfall as we speak over the course of the northeast United States. It is going to be weakening, but it's going to be packing a lot of rain over these regions. So do check out that video where I go into that into a lot more detail. But if we do go back to the UK at the moment, you can see many areas are actually quite dry. We saw in my video yesterday that there was a convergent line setting up across central areas, and it pretty much has set up as forecast, maybe a little heavier in a few areas than forecast. Along the line, we have got some heavier pulses. Where I'm in London, I'm seeing some heavier pulses move through. I've actually had some pretty torrential rain at times over the last hour or so. But either side of this convergence line, it's been fairly pleasant. Some cloud around, but many areas seeing temperatures rise into the low 20s. And high pressure is going to be taking over the course of tonight and tomorrow, with many areas seeing very minimal rain, as I said, for the rest of August. But yeah, hopefully these showers should fade over the course of this evening. But where you do see them, there may still be some heavier rain within it over the course of this evening. So if we do have a look at the 6Z from the GFS, you can see the low pressure is slowly seeping away over the course of this evening, and that's why we still have a few showers around and along that convergence zone, as we do have a bit of lift around. Beyond that though, into by tomorrow afternoon, big area of nice high pressure taking control of the UK. If we have a look at the 850 HPA temperatures, it's not massively hot at the upper airs. So towards the surface, we could still get temperatures into low 20s, maybe 21, 22 degrees or so. But still feeling very pleasant with a lot of sunshine around, especially near the centre of the high. One thing we may need to watch, though, over the course of the next week or so, with this high pressure dominating, is potentially of a bit of a cooler undercut from the northeast, especially in areas in the east and southeast. It's not guaranteed to come off, but some days there may be a bit more cloud and temperatures may be a little bit lower, and there could be a few spots of drizzle around as we drag in air in off the North Sea. Simply because we do have a bit of an easterly wind. But you can see as we go through this week, high pressure is completely in control. We may skirt with low pressure in the far southeast towards the bank holiday weekend, but you can see high pressure remains in control all the way to the last few days of August, and even then it's still in and around the UK, maybe just not centred right over the top. You can see with the upper airs, it's not massively hot. It's generally warm with temperatures around average for this time of year, 850 HPA, so temperatures are going to be around 21 to maybe 23 degree highs, but quite widely, even for areas further northwards as well, that tend to see cooler conditions, especially when we do have westerly winds this time of year, as the Atlantic does start to power up as we head into the autumn. So beyond that, we may see that high pressure retrogress a little bit further northwards. We did see in yesterday's run it retrogresses all the way up towards Greenland. Doesn't do it quite in today's run. We do actually start to pull up some hotter air from the southeast, but it is very uncertain at this stage. And generally in the longer run, you can't take anything too seriously beyond day 10. But it is looking very warm and dry for the last 10 days or so of August, looking very pleasant. And I hope many of you can get out there and enjoy it. As we are heading into autumn now. I can't believe we're saying it, but we are exiting out of meteorological summer and will very soon be into autumn, and we will be talking about very, very soon the potential for some autumn storms, and then of course as we head to October, November, the possibility of some northerly blasts and some snow comes back into the forecast. But we'll leave that for the next sort of probably 6 or 8 weeks until it really does come a real possibility. If we do have a look at the GEM, looks like the midday run hasn't quite loaded, but if we do go to the midnight run, you see high pressure takes complete control over the next few days, sitting over the top of the UK, especially towards Scotland and Northern Ireland, parts of Republic of Ireland, even Wales in the southwest as well, where we do have these slightly warmer upper air temperatures, and we have no chance of that cooler easterly uppercut. We could see temperatures get up to maybe 25, 26 degrees, which is really quite warm, maybe even hot for parts of Scotland, where temperatures this time of year can be low teens when we do get sort of northwesterly or northerly winds come in, as cooler air is starting to build over the North Pole now. Beyond that, we do maintain quite a warm air mass, a bit warmer than the GFS. We do start to get a little influence from this low pressure system out in Denmark, potentially putting a few showers into the Far East. But generally, high pressure is still in control. Maybe some more cloud and maybe a few showers here or there for the last couple of days of August, but it is generally looking very, very pleasant with a lot of high pressure around and very little rain for most. You can see right towards day 10, though, there is a tropical system out in the Atlantic heading towards the UK. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Now, it is 10 days away. Tropical systems are very difficult forecasts, let alone 3 days in advance. So 10 days in advance is pretty optimistic to be saying exactly where it's going to be. But we have to keep an eye on that, as that could be something that does mix up within our forecast towards September, as more of these systems do develop. And it could energise the jet stream, give a bit of amplification, so it could also bring some hotter air in, but also could cause some stormy weather. So we have to keep an eye on that. If we do lastly have a look at the ECMWF, high pressure takes firm control, like the other models, for pretty much most of next week. We do get that little brief, potentially area of lower pressure moving into the far southeast, potentially bringing in some cooler air and some cloud and a few showers. But generally, as we head towards day 10, it is looking fine and dry with a lot of high pressure around. You can see maybe a brief area of low pressure pushing in for 1st of September, maybe a little bit of showery activity with that. But generally, things are looking very warm and dry for the last 10 days of August. So it's looking very, very good if you've got any plans for the end of August. And as I said, do get out there and enjoy it. If we do have a look at the GFS Ensembles for London, you can see we've got the showers, of course, today. But then over the next week to 10 days, really no rainfall at all, or meaningful rainfall in the forecast within the ensembles. As we head towards 30th, 31st, maybe 1st of September, a few spikes start to come in, potentially from that easterly wind, maybe a few showers getting dragged in. But it's looking like it's going to be really quite nice. Towards the middle of this week, we do see that little bit of warmer upper air temperatures as that high pressure does push up some warmer air temporarily from the south, and we could see temperatures climb a little bit higher for those few days in this week. Beyond that, though, temperatures again generally around average. A little bit of deviation within the ensembles, some going a little bit cooler, some going a little bit warmer, but it's generally looking quite pleasant and dry. In the longer term, a lot of scatter within the temperatures, some going for quite warm conditions, some going for quite cool or cold conditions, so we can't really say too much about that in detail. But you can see there are some precipitation spikes coming in, so there is some indication that, at least within some of the ensemble members, they do have low pressure coming back in. If we do have a look at the sea level pressure, you can see, of course, over the next sort of week or so, we do see that there is going to be plenty of high pressure around. We're pretty much going to be completely above 1,020 millibars until all the way to the 1st of September, when there is a little bit more of a deviation come in. But that just means that high pressure is going to be firmly controlled. No real chances of any major rain, maybe a few showers and a bit of cloud, of course, but nothing major at all. If we do have a look at somewhere further north, let's just go to Glasgow, for example, as I've done in previous videos. If we look at sea level pressure, if we do, again, go back to the 6 o'clock run, as it hasn't fully come out, the 12Z, you can see, again, firmly under high pressure for the next week to 10 days. And then as we head towards the first few days of September, we can see potentially a drop in pressure towards some more low pressure, but that is being offset by these lower ensemble members at this stage, so we have to just keep an eye on that. If we look at the 850 HPA temperatures, you can see again maybe a few showers around for the last few days of August, but generally things are quite warm, and even towards sort of normal. It's quite hot. As I said, we do have those quite warm upper air temperatures wafting northwards. We could be seeing some quite hot conditions, at least for Scotland this time of year, where the average temperature at 850 HPA is around 5-6 degrees, but we're going to be seeing temperatures almost so 5-6 degrees above that, towards 12 degrees potentially at times. Longer term, of course, does show some low pressure coming in, but for the end of August, it is looking really quite good. Now, I can't say no rain at all, or I can't say it's going to be cloud free all the time, but this is probably going to be the best spell of weather we're going to be seeing all of August, and it could be the last chance of seeing some really quite nice, persistent, warm and dry, really until potentially next spring or next summer. Now, of course, we will see some high pressure around, of course, throughout autumn and winter, but this is the real last chance of seeing widespread 20 plus degree temperatures, unless we're going to get some hot plume from the south, really, as we are, of course, losing a few minutes of sunshine, daylight every day now. So it's getting it's getting even more difficult to get sort of homegrown heat, which this really is going to be, with upper air temperatures not helping too much. It's really the sun that's doing all the work. And as we head into September, unless we do have those really warm upper air temperatures, which are starting to diminish now as we head into autumn, unless we do have those really warm upper air temperatures all the way from sort of Spain, it's going to be very difficult to get anything really above sort of 23, 24 degrees as we head into September. So it is looking like this is going to be the last hurrah for summer, so do get out there and enjoy it. If we do finally have a look at the UK Met Office run, you can see at the moment we have that small convergence zone across central England with those heavier showers moving in. It does fade away overnight tonight and through tomorrow, maybe a few showers in Scotland, but generally really nothing that too much. And again, on that easterly wind, maybe a few showers here or there, but you can see for the majority of the UK, all the way until Friday on this UK Met Office run. So as far as it goes out, it is looking fine and dry. If we have a look at the max temperatures, interesting to see how high these go in the north, where it does look like we're going to get some decent upper air temperatures. So by Monday, looking maybe 21, 22 degrees, maybe 23 in London throughout tomorrow afternoon. And again, 20, 22 degrees for many parts of Ireland, Northern Ireland, Northern England, into Scotland as well. So it's widespread warmth. That's the big important thing there. It's not just guaranteed in the southeast, it's widespread. And probably the southeast, which is generally the warmest part of the country, it might be the coolest with that undercut easterly wind. See, by Tuesday afternoon, climbing to 21, 22 degrees quite widely, and 23 degrees could really be seen in any nation within the British Isles. Ireland can see it, Northern Ireland, Scotland is seeing it, potentially around Glasgow, even parts of Wales and England could see 23 degrees, maybe even a touch higher in a few places. As we head towards Wednesday afternoon, again feeling really quite warm, 23, 24 degrees in Scotland, again in Northern Ireland, 23, 24 degrees. And maybe in England, maybe in 2021 as we have a bit of that easterly undercut, but still looking really quite pleasant and nice out there. By Thursday, we are bringing more of that easterly wind, so you can see across the eastern parts of the UK, the temperatures are a little bit more down, but not too many showers associated with that, a bit of cloud with that, which is holding those temperatures. Elsewhere in the west, feeling very warm, 20, 21, 22 degrees, and feeling very pleasant. So it's looking like we're going to be seeing some very nice conditions over the next week or so. We have been keeping an eye on this over the sort of last 7 days for this high pressure to take control, and it finally looks like it's going to be happening. And we're going to see some very, very pleasant weather for the end of August. Does look like it's going to be the best weather we've really had since that hot spell back in the middle of July. So do get out there and enjoy it. Can't say for sure it's going to be the last time we reach pleasant, warm, sustained conditions for the rest of this year. But it's pretty likely that throughout September, October, we may see the odd day here or there get into the low 20s, but we won't see sort of 5-6 consecutive days like this unless, of course, we do get sort of an Indian summer sort of pattern that we can get sometimes into October time. So we'll keep an eye out for that, of course, but make sure you do go out and enjoy this weather over the next week or so, as it is going to be very nice. So thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you again for another video soon.